Welcome to The Kingstonian, a podcast that profiles individuals who are passionate about what they do for a living, about what organization they belong to, or simply passionate about the community they are a part of. Hello there, and welcome. My name is Dave Cunningham. Diversity. You've heard the word. We should have diversity in our schools, in our houses of government, in our police forces and military, even in our award shows. But how should we define the word diversity? On today's show, a conversation with local businessman Jimmy Hassan, an immigrant from Pakistan with his own take on diversity. Jimmy, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me through.
We are going to talk about a number of things on the program today, but one of the issues that we hear a lot of talk about is immigration. We know that immigration has to happen in Canada so that our economy grows, but there are some people who fear immigration for a number of reasons. Maybe they fear that immigrants will take their job or that immigrants will take over. And what I feel that we need is simply more communication on all sides. So that's why we're talking to you today, because you are an immigrant to Canada. You came here 20 years ago, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm. So let's go back and trace your journey from Pakistan, which is where you were born, and talk about why you decided to leave Pakistan.
Okay. Well, I have talked about this one many times, and with the many people on the magazine and TV shows, and also some radios too. I will speak with myself, but I believe it's the story of every immigrant. As a young 18 years old, 19 years old, I have a dream that having a very well settled and successful life. And I have dreams about my life, my children, my family, about my car, about my home. Growing up in a country where there was very less opportunity for the people living with the poverty, under the poverty. And my family was living under poverty family. My father was a medical practitioner, kind of nursing, but people at that time, people have no money to buy the medicine. So they exchange medicine for the food, but we need money to buy the medicine. So this is story. So I lived a different type of life, but I don't believe that every immigrant come here these days, they live that life. Not going to go to the details because many people know already that story. But to your question that people has the fear in any country where immigrants choose to be as a future citizen, they don't have to fear. It's nothing to fear. The first thing is, as an immigrant myself, I've experienced that immigrants take all those jobs, the citizen or the people for that country, for that city don't want to do it. We call our jobs. Myself, I started as a busboy. I clean windows in the morning, wash up the driveway, the drive-through windows and clean and prep then, and then slowly I move into it. And that restaurant has a difficult time to find the people for that job because it's only 3-hour, 4-hour job, which I don't mind because I was desperate for it. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is all those jobs is available as of today, as being a restaurant owner. I have those art job available, but I don't have a people who want to come and do it. Being a small business owner, I don't have enough budget to keep hiring people and let them go, keep hiring and let them go. The people look for the better opportunity, and as employer, we look for the better employee who can continue to grow with us and then help us to grow. That fear is, I think, is a fake. It's not strong fear. They should not have that fear. And many immigrants come to this country with the skill. And many bring their cultural values with them, political value with them. They bring some money with them. So as soon as they landed here, they contribute back into community. But I don't feel that we take job away from anybody's job.
So the stereotype that we talk about a lot, which is that immigrants are doing the jobs no one else wants to do that are already here, is what you're telling me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
A lot of people are coming over as immigrants who have skills that they have earned in the country from which they come, but their skills they can't use here because they don't have the right piece of paper, or there isn't an opportunity for them to take on that particular job. So they'll do anything just to put food on the table is what
yes.
we're talking about.
That is the difference between immigrant community and the people born and raised in that particular country and in the city, because they have opportunity available. I often talk about it. The opportunity and the privileges I have been given, I earn it. Where I am today, I did not steal it from anybody.
Right.
I work hard. I have a business. It's $500,000 worth it. I put $150,000 down for that business. I did not steal from anybody that.
No.
I earned that money. I saved that money. It's different is between the people living in the country and migrated. We have different dreams. We have different goals. And we have a set goals, because if I want to be a business owner, I set my goals. I need to save the money. So I will not go to the movies. I will not go to the TV shows. I will not go to the concerts. I will not go to ski. I will not go to see the hockey game. So all those money, I will save it.
Yeah.
In compared to me, for you, if you have a 9 to 5 job and you're making $40,000, you will like to go to the movie. You will like to go to the dinner with your wife and family, and you will like to entertain yourself more than you can save. You want to buy a new car. In 30 years being in out of my country, I never buy a brand new car. That's the first thing. I always buy a used car. And I buy on cash. I don't buy on borrowing.
Okay.
So this is different. We save that money and we invest back into the business. That's how I did it. Now I employ 8 people. I provide them the job. I provide them all the benefits as possible. But versus that, I don't have any benefits beside of the business.
Yeah.
I have to pay for everything for myself. Yeah. My retirement, my medical, then everything else for my family. My children probably will not be eligible for OSAP if they go to the college or university. And then my children may not eligible for any other benefits the other people are getting it. But just compare that. I pay $60,000 tax on my business payroll every year. Mm-hmm. I pay $6,000 tax on my house every year. I pay tax left to right. But what I'm getting back if my wife gets sick, I don't have no such law that I can take time off from work and the government will pay me for it. But if my employee has that situation, I will pay for it.
So just in case people don't know, is that you own a pizza franchise located on Bath Road, and it's a business you own and you purchased. I want to go back a bit just to get some sense as to how Canada ended up being your destination. So when you left Pakistan, I think you told me once you went to Japan first?
Yes.
And then you ended up in the States?
In the States, yeah.
And then you ended up in Canada and bounced around between Toronto and Montreal before deciding to stay in the middle.
That's true. That's true.
So why Canada? Why choose Canada?
Well, from the United States, I went to the United States because I have the first opportunity in the United States. I was, I will share this one with you. I never probably tell anybody. The color of the flag, red and white, is something is always my weakness. Is always appealing to me. Everywhere I travel, I see that color or that flag anywhere. Sometimes we go to Islamabad when I was in high school, the trip, and I saw that color. It's more appealing and catchy color for me. And then somehow I just started dreaming that I want to go to someday Canada. Canada, it was the country, in our country, the people don't talk much more about it. So it seems to be more peaceful. The community and the society as a Canadian, they're more tolerant, probably peaceful, and they accept other people more. That was the history behind it. So that's why it's always in my dream. But it was difficult for me to get to Canada in the first place. I need money for it.
Yeah.
I don't have money, so I choose Japan to go to work, save the money. Then I came back to my country, and then I want to come to Canada, but couldn't make it anyway. I have no links and no other opportunity to come. So I have the opportunity to go to the United States. So I did not choose the United States by choice. It was just I got the opportunity to go there. Mm-hmm. So I wanted close to somewhere. But then I gave up the dream to Canada because I landed into the United States. So I'm going to sit there. So when I was there, I have to apply for the asylum because on my political background, I was involved back home in the political at a young age, and to the threats and all the other things was family difficulties. So I was on asylum. The asylum was not taken place as the final decision. So I was not sure that I can live or I cannot work, or when they will ask me to leave. So it was kind of fear. So one day I was talking to a friend of mine who was living in Los Angeles, and he said, hey, I saw an ad in the newspaper that Canada is looking for the immigrant who has the skills, the skilled labor.
Right.
I said, well, I don't have any skill. I'm just working in the restaurant. So we end up to talk to somebody in Toronto, the lawyer, the law firm. He asked me the documents. I gave them the documents. So somehow I qualified. It was a point system, I think. So I have enough points to apply for it. And I did apply for it. And I think it was the time for me to come here. And it was my children meant to be born here. And I meant to be Canadian. Mm-hmm. So the Lord Almighty has paved the path for me without any struggle.
And I think this is something that those of us who grew up in Canada don't have a good sense of, in terms of how difficult it can sometimes be for immigrants to go from where they are to where they want to be. All the paperwork and the rules that they have to abide by. And it's not an easy job just to pick a country and move there.
Yeah, no, that's true. But in my personal experience, I always believe the Lord Almighty, if you have the will, then it's a way.
Right.
So my will to find a place where I can settle with the peace and I can pursue my dreams and I can have the opportunity and privileges. And if I have given chance to also show and give back to that country, to the community who I am and what I can do for that country, it was given to me by the Lord Almighty. Mm-hmm. So I didn't struggle very much. But again, I think it's thanks to the Canada who has that opportunity, created opportunity for those people who are willing to come here. And that's what I got the opportunity. It was system that was offering you the opportunity, and the people was willing to accept you. And then, it was very easy for me to do it. I applied for the documentation, and it took me about 2 years. And then I was interviewed at the Los Angeles consulate, and then I was just approved right on the table. They asked me to come, but I don't know that the life I'm going to start here. I didn't dream. I have the dreams, but I know if it will come true.
It's the reality.
It's the reality now. But I'm living in the real world now, and very happy and very proud.
Okay, Jimmy, we're going to move on to another topic, and we're going to talk about the Diversity Community Dinner. You host this dinner. What was your original thinking behind this dinner?
There are a few things. When I started this dinner, I want to start this dinner as a token of appreciation to the people, of the city and the country. It include the politicians, the business, my customers at my business who contributed to let me have the opportunity and let me have the privileges. Let me share the city, the culture, the society, everything I have, they let me share. They give me the opportunity. I want to tell them that how proud I am to be part of them and how thankful I am on behalf of my family here and back home, because I am only the provider and then I am providing them what they need. There was kind of appreciation for me. Also, I want to start calling it Diversity Dinner because I want to send this awareness and the education purpose to other immigrant community, that we are linked to each other. As immigrant, we come here, we get settled, but then we forget that what we have the responsibility, why we are not thinking to give back to the community, give back to the city, play a role as our part of our responsibility. We all exercise for our rights, but we are slow down for our exercising our responsibility. So that was another idea behind it. So I want to send the awareness. We should thank to each other, to promote each other, and to motivate each other, to be part of each other, to create a better, safe, the society who accept each other, and create more tolerance among us.
So you are putting people together to sit down and have dinner, people that would not normally sit down and have dinner together. So how many people typically would you invite to a dinner like this?
We started the first dinner, it was about 100 people. The second dinner, about 170 people. The third dinner was about 200 plus. And the fourth dinner, we have 275 people. And last year, we controlled the numbers because the place cannot host many people. So it was, I think, 175 again. And this year, we are targeting about 150 people.
So you told me before we started recording that your wife does all the cooking?
She does all the cooking. We don't charge anybody anything. We 100% sponsor, and we just ask the people to donate their time. And she does all the cooking. She's very passionate cook, and she likes to cook the Pakistani food. And we also let the people have the opportunity to taste a real ethnic food from Pakistan. And then that's how she has a passion for it, and she always a good wife playing a good role to supporting what I try to promote.
So because you own a pizza franchise, the dinner is not pizza?
No. Everybody eat pizza most of the time, so
That's right.
We want to keep it away. So.
And you're thankful for the fact that people eat pizza most of the time?
Yeah, I'm very thankful for their contribution to my success.
Now, you're very community-minded. When I talk to people and I told them I was going to interview Jimmy Hassan, they go, I know that name. Where do I know that name from? And I think a lot of it had to do with you running for municipal government last November. Yes. And some of it may be some of the other community things you do. But you also do a show on Cogeco Cable where you invite guests onto the program. It's called Community Voices. And what prompted you to get involved in that?
I always have the feeling to not being a politician, but I like the politics. I believe the politics is a profession. It's a very clean and very good profession, very important profession. It's as important as the doctors and engineers are, because the politicians are who create the system. And the system they created, because of that system, I am here. But we also have flaws. We have also problems in that system. And I want to contribute, giving back to the community from that platform. I have the opportunity. So what we, on that show, I want to get the ordinary people to get their view on the different topics and the different issues, how they like to see our city or our country to grow for a better future for our children, or how they see that we should create a society which is more tolerant and has the idea of acceptance for our next generation, how we can build a better society for tomorrow. And that was the motivation for me to put the show together. And we explore, actually, I bring the guest who can talk about the socio-political issues in the Kingston, sometime also national too, and sometime international too. So.
Mm-hmm. So where do we go from here in terms, you have a foundation that you've set up? Tell us about the foundation. What does it do?
Well, the foundation called Canadian Colors Kingston Foundation. The colors is representing the people. And people are diversity. The narrative of diversity these days is labeled to particular group, which is you can say either immigrant or colored people. Being an immigrant, being a Canadian, I'm not agree with that. My thoughts about the way I look at the diversity is you and me, we both diversity, because we think different, we speak different, we eat different food, we believe political and religious values different. So we are diverse. It's not only diverse because I'm an immigrant and I have a different culture. We all have a different culture in this country. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm trying to promote, this narrative through that foundation. To me, we are all diverse. We all one community. May we have a different colors, different thought, but we're all Canadian at the end. And we are color of Canada. So the foundation is meant to be promote a little bit more diversity, multiculturalism, and bring the peoples together at one place to respect each other's values, the cultures, the thoughts, the beliefs, help them to continue to believe that, and promote each other's values among us to make a stronger and better, diverse and multicultural community we are living in. Kingston is growing, fastest growing multicultural city is now. So we need to work together. Mm-hmm. We need to understand this, that you cannot change me, I cannot change you. So why we cannot be just together? Why we don't accept each other?
Right.
Why we don't, appreciate each other? What you believe, but our goal is the same. We want to look peaceful, prosperous Canada. We need our children grow as a stronger and prosperous is a peaceful country, and promote us and compete the whole world with this peaceful and acceptance and tolerance as a country. And that's what the Canadian Color will do.
Couldn't have said it any better. We've run out of time on the program. I want to thank you very much for coming in. Appreciate all that you do for the community, and it was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you very much for having me. And last message for the community: I may not, speaking very, very well, and I couldn't say because of the time shortage what we want to say. But I'm very proud Canadian, and I want to appreciate everyone who has contributed to help me to become a Canadian. And thank you very much for having me again.
Thank you. Jimmy Hassan, and check out his show on Cogeco Cable. It's called Community Voices. Theme music for the program is Stasis Oasis, a tune written and performed by Kingston musician Tim Aylesworth. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions about any of our episodes, please send a note to the Kingstonian Podcast Facebook page. This is Dave Cunningham from Kingston, Ontario. Thank you for listening. Until next time.